What is up guys, Andy Forrester, Dean Runner here. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm taking you guys through a full week of training as I prepare for hopefully the London Marathon next year. So I've submitted my good phrase time for London, fingers crossed that'll be accepted, but either way if it doesn't I'll jump in to another spring marathon. Now my goal right now post Oxford Half Marathon is to get some good training under my belt so that when I get back with Coach Will I'm going to be in a good position to get marathon training, which will be in and around the first or second week of December. So right now I'm looking to lay down some good solid foundations so that my body is ready to handle whatever Will decides to throw at me, and I want to take you guys through the full week of training. Now you'll have to excuse this first audio clip that's about to play. Audio's not great, so I've shortened the clip right down, but I want to go through every single run, tell you what the purpose is, why I'm doing it, and what the purpose of each effort and target level is on each workout and easy and moderate run that I'm doing. So without further ado, let's dive in to Monday. Right, good morning. It is Monday, first built week leading into a proper spring marathon training block. Fingers crossed London. And today I'm starting off with a 60-minute steady run, moderate run, zone 2. So apologies about that audio, but what I thought I'd do is I'd show you on the computer what I'm trying to achieve with each run. So my moderate runs are usually in the mid 140s heart rate. I've turned heart rate on here. You can see what happens with me is I start in the low sort of 130, late 130s, early 140s, and I do 3 laps of the industrial estate, and there's a little hill at each end, and I find that every time I go up the biggest hill at one end, my heart rate just notches up a little bit. So you can see on this first lap, as I said, it's still very controlled, and then as I get to the second lap, it goes up a little bit higher, sits in the mid 140s there and peaks a little bit higher, like 155, and then we go up the last hill there, and we get up to like 164 BPM, maybe even higher. Oh look, 171 there. So it really did spike as I was going at that last one, but then it dropped right back down and gets controlled again. So the average heart rate there is good. That's what I'm after. In previous training blocks, I've started a lot higher than that, and I always want my moderate runs to be down in the mid 140s at minimum. At the end of Oxford, I was in the low 140s, like 142, 143. So 146 is a great start. The Oxford block I started at 151. So just so you're aware, that's kind of where I like to be with my moderates. So my easy runs I like to be like late 120s to early to mid 130s. That's where I like to have those. And the moderate runs nice and controlled in the 144s to 147s. So welcome to Tuesday. Here we go. So this is the one workout of the week where I'm still pushing a little bit hard. The other workout will be a little bit more controlled sort of tempo stuff. But today I am allowing myself to push, and I am excited because I just enjoy these type of workouts. But I am keeping this sort of stuff during this kind of preparation phase a lot on the lower end of the scale in terms of how much I do. So in total, I've got 6-minute tempo off, I think 2 minutes. And then I've basically got 20 minutes worth of work, which is broken down into 6x2, 6x1 and 4x30. So yeah, I'm excited. The 2s are going to be quite aerobic still because I've only got off 60 seconds rest. The 1 minute's also off 60 seconds rest, so equal recovery on those. But that's where things will get pushed a little bit, and then I'll finish off with the 4x30. So they will be quite hard, and they'll be off 45 seconds rest. So I'm looking forward to today. As I said, it's my chance to go and spin the legs out. On a pitch black, dark and raining industrial estate. We'll see how we do today. I'm feeling quite good, so hopefully this one will be a good one. And just a very quick thank you to SaySky for sponsoring this week's video. They supported me all through Oxford Half Marathon training. That was amazing, and they gave me a discount code which I will put right here. FOD15 will get you guys at 15% off all SaySky items. Now I've only got 2 weeks left of this promotion. They're supporting me into the early week of November, I should say. So this discount code won't be live forever. I know you guys have heard me ram it down your throats for the last 10-11 weeks or whatever it is, and I really do appreciate SaySky's support, but this will disappear. So if you're thinking of a Christmas present for anyone and want to grab something with a discount code now, feel free to do it. As I said, in a couple of weeks' time, this discount code will be deactivated and you won't be able to use it. So I want to just say a massive thanks to SaySky for sponsoring this week's video. As you see all the time at the moment, wearing their kit, love it, absolutely fantastic, and you guys can get yourself a good deal too. There we go, 4x30 done. So that was a really good workout. 6 minutes tempo, 20 minutes worth of interval work, broken up into 6x2, 6x1 and 4x30. Very, very happy. Those 30 seconds are all like 440s, so yeah, couldn't have asked for more. Bank this one, feel good, feel strong, keeping calm. See you on the next one. So Tuesday's workout ended up being really good as well. As you can see here, I put all the paces on here. There was definitely a GPS thing going on that 5th rep of the second one, but either way I was really happy with that. And in terms of, if we go down, you can see here, if I click the workout analysis, this was the goal, just to creep things up as we go through, start controlled, get a little bit faster again, and then spin the legs at the end. If I go down to the heart rate, you can see I averaged 161, which is pretty decent for a workout like this. I can range anywhere between like 160 to 166 on these type of workouts. So this is definitely on the more controlled end. It shows that I've kept some good fitness since the Oxford block. I only had 1 week where I just ran 3 times. So I did feel a little bit sluggish, but I didn't kind of let fitness completely drop off a cliff. So that's a really good sign, and I was really happy with that, and I achieved everything I wanted to. So that was the workout that I gave myself license to push a bit, and there'll always be one of those workouts a week, and that's exactly what I did there. Kind of Coach Will likes me to do these either cut down workouts or mix the intervals up so that I'm doing a different variety of paces. I feel it works for me really well, and that's why I've continued to do that sort of thing here. So again, another really solid workout. All right, good evening, and I'm out on Tuesday evening. So did the session this morning, and now we're out for an easy run tonight. First zone 1 of the week. So we had a zone 2 on Monday, workout this morning, zone 1 tonight. Keeping this really nice and controlled, really nice and calm. Just gonna get 45 minutes done, feel good, enjoy myself, and yeah, we'll roll on to the next one. So this easy run I was really actually quite happy with. Often I don't feel the best of an evening run, but if I go down here, I was running in Lydney that night, and yeah, you can see my heart rate, 127 average, nice and controlled. You can see it pushed it a little bit in this last bit, but overall it was a relatively controlled run. Really happy with that. As I said, normally I can average on these evening runs anywhere between 130 to 134. So to be in the 120s is good. Really happy. Colder temperatures are here, so heart rates come down a bit. And yeah, overall nothing more to say on that one, but you can see there, like I said in the beginning, these easy runs definitely like to try and keep them in the late 120s to early 130s, and we achieved that on that one too. All right, good morning. It is Thursday, a bit of a miserable and rainy Thursday morning, and we're out here getting the tempo work done. So what am I looking for today? Well, I woke my lad up when I got up this morning, but my wife is a superhero that she is, got up at sort of like 6:55. I've got to be home at 7:40, and I've got 45 minutes, so I'm having to adapt. I'm doing a proper warm-up. I've done all my activations and stuff. I didn't sacrifice those. I'm just going to have to sacrifice a bit of a cool down, because today I want to do 6x4 minutes, no, other way around, 4x6 minutes off 90 seconds, and the effort level I'm going for is going to be half marathon effort level down to 1 hour race pace, and just nice and calm, nice and relaxed, 24 minutes worth of work. Yeah, not pushing top end anything. So as you gather, I'm in a bit of a rush. I'm going to get the warm-up done, 10 minutes today, straight into the workout, and then, as I said, I'll sacrifice a bit of the cool down, probably just a 5-minute cool down, but I'll do some proper stretches and stuff when I get home, and yeah, hopefully this one will go well. Now this is the one that I really wanted to talk about, and in terms of heart rates, we'll get to that in a minute, and I'm talking a lot about heart rates here because I do like to come back and look at what it was, but I never look at my heart rate when I'm out running. I might glance at it here and there, but I definitely don't let heart rate dictate any type of workout. And what I was hoping with this one was to run at a really controlled, if I'm honest with you, between like 155 to 165 heart rate. My threshold is somewhere around 170, 171. That's where I really notice breathing changes, effort levels change, range, and I know when I go over that, I'm definitely on borrowed time. So I managed to keep it in a really good level there. So you can see average heart rate for the duration of that workout was 153. Now I did have a couple of heart rate dropouts, as you can see. So my monitor did disconnect and reconnect a couple of times. So that's going to factor in knocking it down on average, maybe 2 or 3 BPM for the whole run, but overall you can see the control there. It just didn't really spike at all. It held comfortable for the efforts, and I did what I wanted to achieve with the efforts. I didn't feel great that morning. Paces were a bit slower than I expected, but I tried not to let that get in my head, and I tried to say, you've come out here to achieve a goal of running at an effort level. Now, if there's any athletes that I coach that are watching this, when I'm emailing you telling you that we're trying to control these workouts, there's a particular workout in a week, especially you marathoners out there, that I've set some kind of pre-marathon type of workouts. This is what I'm trying to sort of get you to achieve, and myself, which is not really going near threshold. We're trying to keep these nice and aerobic, build that strength up, really build a good foundation. There's a time and a place for that work when we get into the specific phase. Right now is not it. So right now, all I'm focusing on is getting some strong running done, and that's exactly what this was. Nice and controlled. Nice and strong. Felt, as I said, I didn't feel good at the time, but I knew I had to get paces out of my head and just enjoy the effort level. So yeah, paces, let's check them out. Yeah, 5:47, 46, 44 and 40. An unintentional cut down. But overall, I did what I wanted to do. And as you can see, Strava didn't think too much of the workout. It was quite a calm relative score there. So yeah, overall, a really controlled workout, which is exactly what I wanted to achieve. All right, so good morning. It is now Friday and I'm doing 50 minutes easy. I did have 60 planned, but I didn't get up on time. So something's better than nothing. 50 minutes is on the cards today. Keeping it nice and relaxed, nice and controlled. Yeah, there's nothing more to say on these easy runs other than I just really enjoy zoning out and clocking the miles. So I'm going to finish this one off and I'll show you the stats at the end. Okay, and then we've got Friday. This is the last time you'll see me in here because the next run is going to be the long run and I can't come back into the office to give you my thoughts. So I'll give you my thoughts post long run at home or at the end of the run. But again, this one, an easy run, heart rate 130, so it's spot on exactly where I wanted it. The other one was 127, this is 130. I'm hitting exactly where I want. So this whole block at the moment is just keeping the zone 1 and zone 2 efforts calm, keep them relaxed, not pushing anything. And that's exactly what I wanted to achieve. The effort level on this was, was 748 per mile, so it was a lot quicker, 12-13 seconds a mile quicker than on the Tuesday evening one, but heart rate reflects that, 3 BPM high. And as you can see, again, very controlled, just a gradual creep up at the end, peaked at 146, but overall, a lot of this here, as you can see, was in the 120s, so a lot of the first half of the run, and it just crept into the early 130s for the second half. So again, did exactly what I wanted to achieve, really happy with that, and that is another nice, easy run banked. So here we go, last run of the week, and we're out for a steady long run, a moderate long run. Last week I did like a progression. This week I'm just doing a straight through steady long run, no messing, and I'm just kind of playing my cards. Well, no, let's get the right saying here. I'm being calm, let's just leave it at that. I'm just doing what I would normally do, but inching it back a tiny bit. So I still want a good moderate effort in. I feel good today, but you know what it's like 2 hours later, because I'm hoping to do 2 hours today, I won't feel like this. And today is the first day that I'm heading out to the trail that I was running on throughout my Newport Marathon training block, which is a lumpy trail. It is the best marathon training trail we have around here. It's absolutely incredible, and what that means to me is half an hour run downhill, 300 foot uphill in the space of just over a mile. It's crazy, and that gets me to the top of the trail, and then from there I'll be running on that for about 12 or 13 minutes out. The hour mark will hit, I'll turn around, do the 12 or 13 minutes back, come down that massive hill, but then whilst I'm running down here now, I'm going to have half an hour of running uphill on the way home, which is why I'm just being a bit calm, because I haven't done this in a long time, and this takes a lot more out of you than a much more flatter long run. So I'm just feeling good today. I'm feeling good right now, and I want to keep effort levels controlled, as is the whole theme at the moment. I don't need to push. There's no heroes on October the 29th or whatever it is today. Looking at my watch, trying to see a date that's not there, when a spring marathon isn't until April next year. So just building the strength, building the strength, building the strength. Right, a bit earlier than planned, but 7:01 per mile at the top of the climb. Now when I was in peak fitness, I was getting up here in anywhere between 6:57 and 7:05 per mile. So to still be in that parameter and feel like I do, which is quite good, I'm very, very happy. So now I'm going to roll out and roll back. All right, here we go, turnaround time. Have a look. We've just gone over the 1 hour mark, and that is perfect because just there the hill dips down and then shoots up another massive hill. So perfect timing to turn around. I'm going to run up until this pillar here, give it a little tap for my OCD, and then yeah, we're going to head back the other way. Feeling good this morning. And again, for context, there we go, for context, I'd be up here peak training. When I got to the top of the hill, I was there in similar times previous. Okay, GoPro's dying, so let's be quick. So yeah, just not pushing on the rollers too much. 6:57 per mile at the moment, whereas normally when I crest to the top of that hill and start rolling here, I'm pushing now down into the late sort of 6:40. So keeping it calm and controlled. At 6 or 7 months out of a goal marathon, we don't need to be pushing, so I'm just keeping it nice and calm, nice and controlled, and enjoying myself. Right, just coming off the rolling trail now, down the big hill, and then I've got a 30-minute climb up the other side. 6:56 per mile and feeling good. This has been brilliant. A couple of minutes and finishing now. I'll give you a debrief shortly. All right, so there we go, run done and finished. We'll go through why I was really happy with that. Just show you some stats there. So as you can see on my phone, I'm just looking now, just under 17.5 miles, 1,200 foot of elevation covered. Let me quickly whip in to the elevation to show you. So I was talking on the run there, first part downhill, you can see there, and then we do a big climb up, very short space of time. So that's a big old hill. And then we get to the rolling trail, and as you can see there, that middle section is the out and back, and then we go back down that big hill, and then we climb all the way back home. So that's why well, I'll show you the mile splits now, but overall that's why there's a bit of a challenge to get to that trail. I love that trail, but I do have to factor in the fact that I've got to do a big climb to get up there. So it does knock things a bit, but overall it is what it is. Here's the average heart rate. You can see there, 148. It did drop out a couple of times, as you can see again. I had that earlier in the week, but overall it stayed nice and steady, and I felt really controlled today. If we go back to the mile splits, there you can see them there. So there's a couple of sections there where we were climbing in the 7s, mile 5 and 6, and then mile 14 and 15, but otherwise holding strong, and some good mile splits everywhere else around that. So yeah, just feeling really good today. So Will doesn't want me to be using fuel on my runs at the moment. He wants me to use be burning fat as a fuel and just practicing that. We can use the gels and stuff later on. So all I had before my run today was just a little bit of maltodextrin, 300 ml of water, mixed some maltodextrin in, and that was all I had for breakfast. And I knew that a couple of weeks ago I'd gone and done a 1 hour 30 run, and I sort of struggled without fuel. And if I think back to 4 or 5 weeks ago and it was really, really hot, I did a 2 hour run then and I nearly cooked it. I was just so tired. So I knew I just needed to ease back a little bit, be a bit cautious and feel good. And I did today, and that was a real big positive. 1,200 foot of climbing, 6.55 per mile. I have looked back at last year's training when I was doing some of these type of runs up before my London Marathon, and my paces were 6:40 for 2.5 hours at the same heart rate as today. So I'm 15 seconds per mile slower for the same heart rate. Plus back then I ran 30 minutes longer. So I was in good aerobic shape then leading into London. I just didn't sharpen up properly, and obviously the day didn't go to plan. So my goal obviously is at the moment to be in that sort of aerobic shape before we start this proper marathon plan. Not by December, but really when we get into January and February. I want to be feeling that good, because that type of run before London I was doing about 4 or 5 weeks out. So if I can bring that sort of fitness forward to be 8 to 10 weeks out, that would be incredible. Then I'll know I'm in better shape going into, fingers crossed, London for next year. So yeah, overall, just got to say I'm really, really happy with that. Kept it controlled, kept it in the right zones, and I've got through a week, 55 miles in total. Nothing crazy, nothing outlandish there, just ticked all the boxes that I needed to tick. Sprinkling of top end stuff on the Tuesday, controlled tempo work on the Thursday, and everything else nice zone 1 and 2. And today was a good bit of zone 1 and 2, probably creeped into 3 a little bit there, but that's fine, with some good hills. Legs are feeling it now and feeling really good. So there we go, that is a week of sort of marathon preparation training, shall we say, leading into hopefully what will be London. Find out end of November for that one. And really appreciate you guys sticking around. It's been a long video, this one, so if you're still here, thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a like, share it with your friends, and of course subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. I'll see you in the next one. Until then.